these speakers in yesterday, tested them, and already decided I did not like them, and I'm hearing them here, and I'm like, I was wrong. They're actually pretty good. These are the KEF 303 Mark II, or Series 2 I think they're called. And KEF has this tendency to be a bit boring, a bit lackluster, a bit muddy in the mids, and not that great in the low ends. It's usually a bit too sloppy and a bit too slow with no musicality, and it just, you know, These have that too, a bit, but the low end is quite tight for a KEF, which also makes them a bit hollow sounding on certain tracks. The mids are maybe a bit on the pronounced side, but then the highs are really nice and transparent. If you only play music that is not too bombastic, that is a bit like subtle, like jazz or piano music, or just acoustic folk, that is not too dense, these actually are really nice speakers. They are very open and laid back and still very transparent sounding. When it gets busy though, they go and they just completely, the sound just completely, what's the word, it becomes a little ball, a little box. They have their place in an audiophile setup, but you really need to have a very specific taste in music. So I do actually like the KEF 303, and it's a pretty cheap speaker. If you listen to a lot of folk, if you listen to a lot of classical jazz, so up to mid-60s, these may actually be speakers to try out, because I'm honestly impressed with how some of the songs sounded where I was sitting on the ground there, out of view of the camera, and then some of them were just a mess. So it really depends on what you listen to, but they do have some talent there. It's the weird but wonderful KEF 303, and if you wonder why you can't see what's in there, it's just a two-way with your typical triangular KEF woofer. It's triangular shaped, what's the word? I can't speak! The woofer's round, but the thing it's in, the thing with which it's mounted is triangular, and it's a soft dome tweeter. And this is just a sock that you pull all the way down if you want to, but it's kind of hard to get it back again. So I'm leaving them as is. You can take this little head off, and then you can take the fabric off, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Kind of nice speakers, and for some reason I can't speak today, but the speakers speak for themselves.